past year, we have been monitoring Odiak Pond and the fish that live here.
We've been collecting water samples, some of the fish, some of the insects the fish. Also been collecting trash to keep it clean like it's supposed to be.
Hi Kate, we were wondering if you could answer some questions about Odiak Pond.
I'll do my best.
Okay, could you tell us some of the effects of the trash and the salmon that live in Odiak Pond?
Sure. It depends certainly on the type of trash, and we did find all sorts in there. But garbage can directly affect the fish because it might release toxins into the water that is not healthy for them. If it was sharp, it could potentially hurt them. Plastic bags can be smothering. And it's not just the fish that it affects. I think as people living in this community too, that seeing a nice outdoor space full of someone else's garbage doesn't make it so nice of a space.
Yeah. In what ways do the silt and sediment affect the salmon?
So silt and sediment in the water will make it cloudy, and that will change how far light can penetrate into the water, so that'll affect the whole ecosystem with the plants that can grow, the bugs that depend on those plants, and the fish certainly depend on the bugs too. So it can have an effect that way by changing the light availability. It can chafe their gills, and it could hurt them that way. And you might recall that salmon lay their eggs in gravel, and the gravel gets filled in with sediment, then water can't circulate and they suffocate the young stages of the salmon. And that the silt and sediment do is they actually change the availability of pond habitat. I don't know myself because we're just starting to really study this pond, but every year a lot of silt gets carried in and it almost looks like part of the pond is filling in. So it might be taking away the pond available for the fish.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
This is how we caught some of the salmon.
In Odiak Pond, you have to have a license to do this, so you can't just go there and catch fish by yourself. We were wondering if we could ask you a few questions about Odiak Pond.
Sure.
What are the different areas the salmon can come into Odiak Pond?
Well, I think the main spot that they come in is through the culverts underneath the Cup River Highway. There's 3 culverts there, and during high tides or high water, they can swim through the culvert from the slough, from the ocean, and get into the pond.
What are some of the predators the salmon have?
Well, the main predators for the salmon are going to be birds, like eagles or any other larger bird. And then there's always bears, and I'm not sure we have a lot of bears around Odiak Pond, but there's always a potential for that. And then I would say humans. I'm not sure there's a lot of fishing in Odiak Pond, but I've seen some kids around there fishing before, and so that could affect the population.
Approximately how many fish live here?
In the pond, that's a really good question. One of the problems is we've never actually monitored the pond for their population before, and the 7th grade classes were the first ones to actually even notice that there was coho there.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We learned a lot about Odiak Pond and how to keep it clean for the salmon that live here.
We also hope that we keep monitoring Odiak Pond over the years. Thanks!